This world is a cold one, filled with injustice and inequality. Humans were not the first ones to walk on this earth, and yet we act like everything belongs to us. Humans have stained the true purity and beauty that was held once by this earth. Arrogance and selfishness are two of the main components that have slowly decayed this earth and have also divided the human race. Time, money, and power are three of the things that lead to this arrogance and selfishness. We as humans allow them to guide and shape our future. Reality is not a pretty color picture, but instead a black and white one. There are many individuals who have crawled out of the shadows in an attempt to make a difference, but two while in Washington, D.C. caught my attention. War is not the first choice, but when left with no other option, it becomes our only hope. Abraham Lincoln became the 16th President of the United States at a time where conflict between the North and South were steps away from erupting. Conflict had spawned between the two sides because of different views about slavery. The South, before Lincoln was elected, had said that they would secede if Lincoln ended up winning the presidency. The South was afraid of Lincoln because they knew that Lincoln would expose them to something completely foreign to them, that is, to end slavery. African Americans were treated as livestock. In the eyes of the superior race, they were only adequate to serve and work on the fields owned and dominated by the white man. Lincoln, however, believed otherwise. The war that broke out caused brothers and sisters to shed blood. At the end of the war, the result was heartbreaking. The United States had lost more lives fighting itself than when fighting for independence. This goes out to show that humans are willing to drop dead to preserve something that they had become accustomed to. The attempt to keep lives chained to increase revenue and climb the ladder of society was deadly. In Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, he made it clear that he was not going to allow for the fallen lives to go to waste, but instead to serve as a principle to human equality. Lincoln's courage and determination allowed us to keep this nation united and seize the unhumane ways of life in the South. Lincoln's actions did not fix everything, but certainly guided us towards the right direction. The struggle never ends. We must remain hopeful that one day everything will be okay. We cannot expect the oppressors to voluntarily give freedom, therefore the oppressed must demand it. After slavery was banned in the United States, the true freedom for African Americans never came. They were not chained anymore, but still remained in the shadows of this world. The social Darwinism of portraying the white man as the superior one was still well alive in the U.S. African Americans, especially in the South, were discriminated against and ultimately treated as the inferior race. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a former priest, emerged as one of the most influential African Americans of his time. And all because he was the one man that was able to gather all the voices in the darkness and unite them as one to reveal them to the world dominated by the white race. Dr. King did not succeed through war, but instead peaceful, gifted rhetoric. His rhetoric inspired and gave hope to many. Dr. King understood that humans cannot all love each other, but can for sure respect each other. He urged his followers to remain calm and to allow for his peaceful weapon of choice to do the talking. His protests and concepts were very successful and allowed the US to once again take one more step forward toward that true equality. The nature of human selfishness cannot be deleted nor destroyed. There's always going to be someone somewhere who wants more than what they already have. There is no true point in life where we say that we have reached perfect satisfaction, because there's always going to be something that we desire. Perfection is non-existent. There is always something, even if it's unnoticeable, wrong in this world. We have already marked and stained this earth, and we cannot simply restart. The only other option left is to keep moving forward, hoping to head the right direction.